Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are on the final chapter of Lustin, Non-Negotiable. Finally, last chapter of Lustin.
あなたから子宮の相談なんて珍しいわね。
There's not going to be any choices in this one, and I don't know how long it's going to go. One of the reasons it hasn't been posted yet is because I don't know how long it's going to be, and I haven't really found any good time to try and read this with my little daughter's busy busy school schedule in general, I should say. But it's Saturday and I get to sleep in, so I'm going to try to get this recorded tonight. If it ends up being too long, I'm just going to read the endings video as well, because that shouldn't be very long, right? I think the good endings are actually kind of long, but we'll see. I'm terribly sorry, but there was something I had to consult with you, Your Majesty.
違うのよ。嬉しいの。
Queen Kiora.
あなたが相談の相手として私を選んでくれたこと、とても光栄に思うわ。少なくとも私があなたの信頼を得られたということだから。
That alone showed Queen Kiora's greatness. She ruled and protected this nation with her massive mana without showing arrogance that was so amazing. After what happened at the detached palace, I now know how hard it is to remain calm and peaceful at all times, what she did. This is about what happened at Vihazard the other day.
エリアスから話は聞いています。恐ろしい目にあったわね。あの兄弟のことはもちろん私の耳にも届いていました。いつかこんなことが起きるのではという予感もありました。
This is about Prince Baldia.
彼にディモスが取り付いている可能性がある。そう言いたいのでしょ。
I nodded deeply. I don't know Prince Baldia personally, but his words and actions at the detached palace were much too wicked. Lustin was also suspicious about Prince Baldia, and that black smoke that attacked us. I doubt it's all just a coincidence.
ディモスは心に深い闇を抱えた人間を求める。嫉妬、羨望、憎悪、強い悲哀。人間の心の空虚に入り込む。もし本当に彼がディモスに飲まれたのなら、理由はやはり弟ラスティンのことかしらね。自分にはないものを持って生まれた弟が羨ましく妬ましく、心に闇がすくってしまったのかもしれない。
Is that what you also think, Queen Kiora?
そうだとしたらかわいそうだとは思うわ。でもこの世界に誰も妬んだことがない人間などいるかしら。欲しいものが手に入らないとき、それは努力が足りないからだという人もいるけれど、私はそうは思わない。どんなに願っても手に入らないものも、残念ながらこの世界にはあると思うわ。
Queen Kiora.
太陽が眩しく輝けば輝くほど、そこには強い影が落ち、風が自由に吹き渡れば、その風に散らされる葉もある。ただ、私はあの国の彼らのことも昔から見ていますが、バルディアに限って言えば、それは決して手に入らないものではなかったと思うわ。
Huh?
このオルテシアには何人もの王がいます。中には視線を掲げ、慎み深く静かに平和を築く王もいます。
Oh.
けれど彼は 己の闇に負けてしまったのでしょうね。自分のものではない何かが欲しくて欲しくて、その欲望から逃げられなくなってしまった。
Inkyora's words reminded me of Instructor Gustav. He was also another who couldn't escape his desires.
隣接しているアスールのシェラザールからは、すでに武力介入の提案が出ています。彼はバイアサールをアスールの属国にした上で、可能な限りの自治を与えると。
Oh, he's gonna conquer Vihazard.
王位継承の順位でいけば、バルディアがバイアサールの次期王。不安の目は早いうちに積んでおきたいと。
Oh. Today I've come to discuss about precisely that matter. Lustin said he would go to Vihazard. I will go with him. He's hesitant. He wants to convince his brother to reconsider, but if that falls through, he's prepared for the worst. I understand King Sarazar's concerns, but could you please give us some more time? Please. I kneeled and bowed deeply. King Sarazar's suggestion made sense, fitting for a thoughtful king like him. And I would like to discuss the countermeasures towards Baldia. When Tifilette saved me in the forest, I heard that purification magic was the only thing that could eliminate Deimos. However, neither Lustin and I can use magic. Is there another way? I am willing to do whatever it takes, please.
それさ、俺にやらせてくんねえかな。
I was gonna say, it's probably going to be some kind of cursed sword related issue. Wilhelm. Like a puff of smoke, Wilhelm appeared before us.
あなた、もしや伝説の魔剣、ヴィルヘルム。
よ、あんたがこの国の女王？女だてらに王様とかすっげえな。よくやるよ。
Female king. Hey, Wilhelm, don't be rude to Queen Kiora.
褒めてんだろ？
はじめまして、ヴィルヘルム。私はこのミルベリアを治めているキオラです。あなたに会えて嬉しいわ。
キオラね。へへ、覚えとく。
Hey, stop that attitude. I know, he sounded like so informal.
大丈夫よ。
Queen Kiora. Wilhelm was a sort of soul that came from somewhere inside me, but in a way, he was also kind of like a guardian to me. Despite Wilhelm's terrible attitude, Queen Kiora still smiled. She truly was someone with a big heart. She's probably just refreshed that she's not treated so formally all the time.
ヴィルヘルム、さっきのあなたの言葉はどういう意味かしら。もしや、あなたのその魔剣でディモスを浄化してくれると？
それ以外何があんだよ。
What? Since when were you able to do that?
俺様にできないことなんてないっつーの。たださ、一つ条件があるんだよ、おばさん。
Old lady. Now that was rude. Wilhelm, that's so rude.
何かしら。
俺さ、しばらくこいつの中にいて分かったんだけど、やっぱ女じゃダメだわ。
Huh?
俺の力が安定しなくてさ、魔力だけどんどんすり減ってくみたいなんだよね。
Oh, no. That wasn't what I was expecting to hear. Perhaps everyone was right. I was probably not capable enough to master the sword.
だからさ、俺そろそろこいつの中から消えるわ。
You can just disappear whenever you want.
でもって、次の下僕を探すよ。
That's not what he said in Abel's route. He was unable to separate from her. Wilhelm. But wait. Didn't you say that you can't change owners as long as I'm alive? Maybe they said that in the common route.
ああ、あれ嘘。
That was a lie. What?
正確には本当だけど、まあちょっと一つ条件があるんだよな。
Certain condition, meaning that you're too weak, maybe. What do you mean?
このままだと俺がお前にくっついてなきゃならないのは確か。でも魔剣がなくなれば俺は自由になれる。
Oh? Huh?
だから魔剣そのものをもうぶっ壊すって言ってんだよ。
You can destroy the very thing that you're manifested from?
それで自由になった俺はまた適当にかっこいい剣に乗り移って最強魔剣として活躍するってわけよ。
It sounds like it's not the sword that makes the cursed sword, it's the spirit within. You could do that.
できるから言ってんだろ。
ヴィルヘルム。
おばさんだってそっちの方がいいだろ。俺がこのまま無駄に魔力消耗して消えちゃうよりはさ。
Drained?
例えだよバカ。相変わらず頭悪いな。
それがあなたの望みなのかしら。
おうよ。
そう。
Yunkora's gaze clouded with sadness. Feeling guilty for causing that expression, I yelled back at Wilhelm. Wilhelm, I'll do my best to get stronger. And I'm better with the sword than...
まあ気にすんな。
But I do.
つうかまあやっぱりあの時俺寝ぼけて間違ったんだよな。だから女になんて同化しちゃってさ。
Half asleep. No.
せめてお前が男だったらなぁと思うけど、まあこればっかりは仕方ねえよな。でもまあ短い間だったけどそれなりに楽しかったし、最後に礼っつうのそれぐらいしてやるよ。
But...
女なりにお前は頑張ってたし、そこはまあくよくよすんな。
Wilhelm. Is this because... No, never mind.
なんだよ。
Is it because I didn't use you at the detached palace and I kind of lectured you?
ああ、別に気にしてねえよ。俺様の心はとてつもなく広いからな。
Do you now, though?
つうかまあなかなか名台詞だったし、だからこそ俺様が今こうして協力してやるって言ってるわけで。
Really?
まあ正直なところ守りたいとか甘いこと言ってんじゃねえやとも思うけど、まあそういうバカもいるんだなって勉強にはなったよ。
Sorry.
謝るなっつってんだろぜ。
But...
お前な、俺様を祝福しろよ。やっと不安定な体から抜け出せるんだからよ。
Will we meet again after you find a new sword?
それは保証できねえな。
Why not?
それはさ、
魔力を蓄えられるような剣に簡単には出会えないかもしれないものね。
I feel like they're both hiding something. Because Queen Kiora was like, is that what you really want? And he's like, yes. And Wilhelm was hesitant to answer that question. I don't think it's as simple as just moving to a new sword. I think something else has to happen.
あ、そうそう、うまい言い方してくれてどうもな。
Yeah, they're definitely hiding something. Is that how it is?
そういうものなんだよ。だからまあお前らとは金輪際会うことないと思うけど、元気でやれよ。
Wilhelm looked so satisfied that I didn't feel that I could stop him. But it was true that this was better than him completely vanishing. Moreover, there was another problem. Would I still be able to stay at Nirvana after Wilhelm left me?
少し残念だけれど仕方がないわね、ヴィルヘルム。
Queen Kiora.
もちろん本音を言えば、あなたにもっと長くここにとどまって守ってほしかったとは思います。でもあなたがそうしたいのなら、そう決めたのなら、私は反対なんてしないわ。
Queen Kiora, but
あなたが魔剣を目覚めさせたことは決して無駄ではなかったわ。そこを悲観してはダメよ。そのおかげで 私たちはこうして出会えたのだし、あなたはこれからもニルバーナで頑張ってゆくのでしょ。それだけで十分すぎるほどの意味はあるわ。
You found your new home, right? I was left speechless. Wilhelm laughed proudly in front of me. After having tea with Queen Kiora, I headed back to Nirvana at sunset.
あれ、ジョーカーに行ってたの？
Ah, I bumped into Lustin near the dorms. Great timing, I have to tell you something.
何？
I spoke with Queen Kiora at the palace about Prince Baldia.
え？
I learned the cursed sword could work against the Deimos.
なんだって？それは本当なのか？
Yes, but I haven't done it before, so I can't say it'll definitely work, but I believe I have enough mana to try, though.
でもそれ、あんたに危険はないのか？やっぱりあるんだな。だったらダメだ。
No. Wait, that's not what I meant. It's more like the cursed sword will vanish, probably. I explained to Lustin what Wilhelm had told me earlier.
そんなことできるのか？いや、できるならありがたいけど、俺もそういうのは詳しくなくて。
At least that's what he said. Queen Kiora didn't have any objections either.
そうなのか。
I'll miss Wilhelm, though.
そうだな。あれ、そいつって今呼び出せる？お礼を言いたいんだけど。
I don't know. I've never been able to summon him on my own. Wilhelm, can you hear me? I guess not.
そうか。じゃあもし一瞬でも起きたらそいつに伝えておいてくれないか？お前に感謝してる。このことは忘れないって。
Sure, I will.
俺も頑張らないとな。
Yeah, you're right. Lustin's eyes gleamed with determination. The hideout was unusually quiet that night. Normally filled with the sound of cigars puffing and glasses clinking, tonight everyone waited in silence for Lustin's cue. But Lustin still hadn't said anything yet. Still dressed as a boy, I sat quietly in the corner observing the room.
ああ、みんな揃ったな。
Lustin slowly got off the couch and walked towards everyone else.
まずはお前たちに謝らなければならない。この間の夜はすまなかった。
Whisper spread among their group as Lustin gave a gentle, reassuring smile and continued.
俺はずっと迷っていた。自分がこの先どうあるべきなのか、答えを出すことから逃げていた。3年とちょっと経つよな。お前らと過ごせて楽しかった。
ラスティン様？
ギードのおっさんの思いつきだったけど、まあ俺たちよくやったよな。本当に感謝してる。俺はあさってまた離宮に向かう。この間あんなことを言って今さら何をって思うかもしれないが、お前らにも一緒に来てほしいんだ。
I'm with them. Oh my goodness. He didn't expect that. Rumors filled the room, this time tinged with confusion.
決して兄上を撃つことが目的じゃない。話し合って解決できるならもちろんしたいと思っている。ただ兄上は正常な判断力を欠いている可能性がある。 お前らはディモスを知っているか？
Voices raised, some in recognition, others in ignorance.
人間の心の闇に入り込む魔物のようなものらしい。それに取りつかれている可能性が高い。それでも俺は一緒に来てほしいと思う。俺の仲間として助けてくれ。
He's gonna cry again.
あさってが終わったらあんな情けないことを言う棟梁なんてクビにしてもいいから。
Like they're really gonna fire you.
おそらくきつい戦いになる。お前らの力が必要なんだ。
ラスティン様
Oh my goodness. A huge uproar ensued. Battle hasn't started yet, but everyone was all smiles, toasting and emptying barrels of liquor as if they already won. I sat in the corner, sipping the elixir Guido handed me. I watched Lustin laugh as he was surrounded by everyone. I was proud of him, and I loved him. Although he smiled so brightly, I was sure he was suffering inside because of his brother. It was amazing he could. I wanted to see that smile forever, and I was glad that I got to meet him. Two days later, we went to the detached palace of Vihazard. The members of the Hawks of Dawn and our close friends in Nirvana were with us. Together, we felt ready to face any challenge looming on the horizon. Yet my heart was heavy, weighed down by thoughts of Wilhelm.
兄上、お話があってまいりま。
What is that smell? Are they prepared for you? As we entered the detached palace, a foul smell made us recoil. It was like mold or something rotting. The odor pervaded the entire building, almost driving us to leave. Is everyone dead?
これはひどい匂いだな。なぜこんな。
なんつうか墓場みたいな。
Everyone wrinkled their noses and frowned.
兄上、どちらか。
Dozens of soldiers were stationed throughout the palace, yet none moved. They were as still as wax statues, staring blankly at us.
兄上、どうか一度私とお話を。私は決してあなたに歯向かうためにここに来たわけではありません。
It was eerily quiet. Lustin's voice echoed throughout the lavishly decorated detached palace. It reminded me of Nirvana's basement.
兄上、どうか。
そう叫ばなくとも聞こえているよ、ラスティン。
Why does his voice echo?
兄上。
But where? I heard his voice, but I couldn't see him. It was impossible to tell where it was coming from, adding to our confusion.
かわいい弟よ。そのような物騒な友人を引き連れて、私の命を奪いに来たのか？
そうではございません。私はあなたと話し合うために来たのです。
話し合いならば、貴様一人で来るべきでは？
そうですね。通常ならそうすべきでしょう。ですが、お忘れですか、兄上。あなたは私の大切な友人たちを誘拐し、危害を加えたのですよ。
そうだったかな。
私も愚かではない。念のための防衛策を講じただけのこと。兄上が話し合いに応じていただければ。
話し合いか。
兄上、どうか目を覚ましてください。兄上はこのバイアザールの次期王。あのような真似は。
まだその言葉を口にするのか、弟よ。家臣たちがこの私を王に望んでなどいないことは、とうの昔に気づいている。私は何も持たない。
兄上。
強靭な精神と、それによって磨かれた武力、人の上に立つための絶対的な支配力と才覚、そして王にふさわしい華やかな容姿。私には何一つない。お前に全て与えられてしまった。ラスティンよ、貴様は仲間とやらをそうして引き連れて、哀れな私を嘲笑しに来たのか。
違います。兄上、どうか聞いてください。私は王位など一度も望んだことはありませんでした。ただ武将としてこのバイアザールの栄華を守っていきたいと、兄上のお役に立てればと。
お前のその心根、醜悪すぎて虫唾が走る。
兄上、
王としての資質を全て持ちながらも、それを退け武将として尽くすと、それこそ優越感よ。お前は自分の優位を知っているからこそ、そんな口が叩けるのだ。
そのようなつもりでは決してありません。
Prince Baldia, please listen. Lustin has said that he would become a commander of Vihazard after graduation. I support the king as one.
なるほど。かわいい弟よ。では仲直りをしよ
う。Don't believe him.
兄上。
お前がそこまで私のことを慕ってくれていたとは気づかなかった。血を分けたかわいい弟と仲違いし続けるのは私もつらい。
I think he's totally lying. Miss Baldia was smiling in the exact same way as last time. Oh no, I have a bad feeling about this. I know, right?
兄上、では。
No.
ただし、一つ条件がある。
何でしょうか。
私が欲しいものを一つ差し出せ。かわいい弟よ。昔からお前は兄弟喧嘩のたびに必ず折れて、私が望むものを迷いなく差し出した。珍しい菓子、本、玩具。お前は私が望むものを差し出したな。
懐かしいお話です、兄上。
お前は優しかった。
兄上。
今度はその小娘を差し出せ。
I knew he's going to ask for her, only because she has the cursed sword. Ah. Miss Baldia fixed me a gaze filled with hatred and disdain. I knew those eyes well.
さあ、その娘をよこせ。そして仲直りしよう。そして私はこのオルテシアの覇者となり、お前には望み通り武将の地位を与えてやろう。嬉しいだろう。満足だろう。貴様の望み通りだろう。どうだ。 どうしたラスティン、この兄の願いを叶えてはくれないのか。
それは無理な願いです、兄上。彼女だけは手放せない。
Then held his arm up to shield me.
残念だ。かわいい弟よ。やっと仲直りできると思ったのに。
兄上。
He's glowing black. Black smoke slithered out of Principal Dia like a snake wrapped around his body.
私の願いを叶えてはくれぬらしい。お前はなぜそうなのだ。なぜ私のそばには誰もいないのに、お前のそばにはいるのだ。
Ah,
なぜ私を信じる者はどこにもいないのに、お前を信じ、慕い、愛する者がいるのだ。そうしてお前は私が手に入れられぬものを次々と手に入れて誇り高く笑う。それが当然のことのように。
そのようなこと思ってはおりません。
その小娘たちもそうだ。恋人をかばい、友をかばい。だが私には何もない。誰もいない。
Principal Dia, you need to stop being so creepy. That's why you have no one.
くだらぬ。認めぬ。この私が孤独だと絶対に認めぬ。
Principal Dia held up his hand and all the soldiers standing there charged at us. Ah. Here he comes. I summoned the cursed sword and called out, Wellhound, please lend us your strength. I was relieved for a moment to see the azure light come out of the cursed sword. He looks so
最後だ
happy.
ぜ。パーッといくぜ。パーッとな。
Wilhelm,
よーし、雑魚は任せとけ。
who's the small fry?
こっちは俺たちが。
頼んだぞ。
Lester ran over to Principal Dia and we were supposed to fight the guards.
なんだこれ。
Yeah, supposed to. They're probably not human anymore. Hash, what's wrong?
こいつら。
Ah. I looked at Pash's feet and froze in shock while still holding the sword. The soldier Pash defeated was human, but he stood up again with an empty stare.
やだ。なんなのこいつら。
The soldiers Yuriana defeated were the same. One slash on the thigh should halt them, yet they tried to stand, their faces blank.
痛みを感じないってことですか。
ああ、多分そうなんだ。きっとこいつらもあのディモスの影響を受けてるんだ。
こういうのを本で読んだことがあります。屍が魔力で動くんです。
いや、一応まだ死んでねえし。
If they're not dead, then how do you explain the smell?
じゃあどうすれば。
とにかくやるしかないだろう。
A creepy melee fight then ensued. We had the advantage in numbers, and we were strong enough to win this battle. But the guards would stand up again no matter how many times they were struck down. What do we do? I glanced over at Lustin. I want to be the one to protect you from him as well as to cross swords with him. Lustin was determined to do so, however he also encountered Deimos before in the woods. He knew that he would need the purification mana at the very last second, and I told him about Wilhelm. But he still was trying to fight on his own. Lustin wanted to believe. If they kept crossing swords, maybe he would hear Prince Baldia say something different. Huh? I swung my sword at the last moment, but Yuriana's spear stopped the guard's rapier. Yuriana wielded her spear, sending the guard airborne, then slamming him down.
彼に見とれてた
Fascinated by who, Lustin? No, I'm sorry. Thanks.
こんなところでやられないでよ。あなたは私の一番大事な友達なんだからね。
I was about to cry out those words, but managed to hold it in, and now was not the time. I looked down at my chest. Underneath my armor was the sapphire necklace that Lustin gave me. Yuriana, I'm going to check on Lustin.
いってらっしゃい。
She winks at you. Lustin. They were still exchanging fierce blows. Prince Baldia was at his wit's end. Lustin, though breathing hard, was barely hurt. However, there is no one in this world that has never envied another. Those were words etched into my mind. If it were possible, I'd wish Prince Baldia would understand. It wasn't that there was no one by his side, he simply couldn't see. Lustin always respected him, and still did even after leaving his nation.
そろそろ俺の出番かな。
Wilhelm?
まあ俺様が出ればもう一発で終わりだし、もうちょっと見物するか。
Hey, Wilhelm. I know it's too late, but can't you stay?
またその話か。
Because...
祝福しろっつってんだろ。これで俺はやっと自由になれるんだから。
Alright. Wilhelm would separate from me soon. Weirdly enough, I was now afraid of losing the sword that I hated, was frightened of, and wanted to get rid of at first. Wilhelm,
なんだよ。
thanks for awakening back then. Perhaps you didn't want to, but I was saved by that. Grateful to you.
今さらそんな言葉で俺を引き止めよったって無駄だからな。
I won't anymore. It was for a short while, and we only talked a few times, but I do think of you as a friend. Take care.
当たり前だ。
I'm going to stay at Nirvana. If you still remember me, come and visit me anytime.
覚えてたらな。
If I don't forget you. Yeah.
さてと、じゃあ行くか。
Yes, please. I gripped the cursed sword tightly. Lustin.
あ、あんたか。
やはり私を殺す気か。その魔剣で。
No. I glared at Prince Baldia. I will use the cursed sword to exterminate the Deimos inside you, Prince Baldia. There's something I want to believe. I have no siblings, but I believe your family by blood is important.
愚かなことを今さら。
Miss Baldia, you just haven't noticed. You already have Lustin. I'm sure your father and many other people in the royal palace care deeply about you. I'm definitely sure they exist. So please, I want you to make up. I took a stance with the cursed sword, as did Lustin with his flail axe. Wilhelm, now. That's a cool CG. It's like they're combining their sword powers. An azure light erupted from the sword, and I closed my eyes against how blinding it was. It was so beautiful, it reminded me of what happened at the shrine near my village.
兄上
A dark mist seemed to ooze out of Prince Baldia. It darkened and then expanded. Prince Baldia. The cursed sword was still in my hand. I swung it down with all my might at that black mist. An even brighter light blinded everyone. It flooded through the detached palace, bathing it in color. It was breathtaking. Yay! Is he saved? And the cursed sword was gone. Like, physically. Is it all gone?
兄上
Lustin ran up to Prince Baldia.
兄上しっかりしてください
ラスティン
He sounds different now. I watched the brothers from afar, but noticed Prince Baldia's expression and tone were different.
兄上私は
お前が助けてくれたのかラスティン
兄上
礼など言わないお前に礼など
Prince Baldia collapsed. Lustin checked his pulse immediately, but soon his lips twisted into a wry smile.
大丈夫そうだきっとあんなものに取りつかれて精神的にも肉体的にも疲労しきってるんだろう
His pride told him that he couldn't apologize. Men and their proud natures.
休めばきっと
In that moment,
俺ってばやっぱり最強
he just wanted to fight. Wilhelm,
あいつにひっついてたのは俺がちゃんと消したからなそのうち目覚ますよ
Wilhelm, do you really have to go?
だからおめえはなんでそうなんだよ祝福しろって何度言えばわかるんだよ
Sorry.
元気でなまあお前は悪運強そうだし大丈夫だろうけどよそろそろかじゃあまたな
I think, this is just my opinion, but I think he used his mana to obviously destroy the Deimos. I don't think he's transferring to another sword like he said. He's separating from her to become a new core sword. That was his excuse. But I think he's actually leaving, like he's dying, like he did at Abel's root. His mana was slowly being drained at Abel's root, so eventually he disappeared. I think that's what's happening here too. Wilhelm smiled, and that smile slowly faded. See you. Come see me when I'm stronger. I'll be waiting. There was no response. Wilhelm was nowhere to be seen anymore. Yeah, I don't think he's coming back. You know, there's I want to say fifth love interest, but I think it's 6. Let's see. Abel, Lustin, Pash, Tifilette, Nikkei, Wilhelm. Yeah, there's 6. Wilhelm is obviously the locked character, but I'm wondering how he becomes the love interest. Obviously, he's not a boy anymore. I'm wondering if it's like the sword manifested into a man, or the sword's mana drained. He comes back as a human. That's what I'm guessing anyway. That he's going to come back as a human. Anyway, at the same time, Prince Baldia collapsed. The royal army fell unconscious. Lustin strictly ordered no lethal force, and most of the soldiers were surprised to find themselves injured when they woke up. I bet they were. Like, what just happened? Everyone from the Hawks of Dawn Nirvana survived and returned to Frontier, ushering in peaceful days once again. Huh? Isn't everyone here yet? Upon entering the tavern's cellar, I found Lustin alone. He was lounging on the couch and leisurely smoking his hookah. Of course he is.
いや、一足先に行ってもらってる。夕方に出るはずの船に誘拐されたアスールの貴族令嬢がいるらしい。俺たちは授業があるから仕方ない。
He said, taking a lazy puff. I was still known as Shervin among the Hawks of Dawn. I forgot how that was pronounced for a second. They allowed me to stay, but it feels more like...
ああ。部下に裏切られるなんて俺は寂しいな。
There you go again.
俺はあんたのこと抜けさせるつもりだったのに、あいつら内緒で結託しやがって。
Conspired. That was right. The other members were the ones who insisted I stay. With the condition that I remain dressed as a man in case I was seen by someone.
そういえばさ。親父と兄上から手紙が届いた。
は？
兄上が王位を辞退したいと。
Of course he is. He still feels inferior to you. Does that mean you're taking the throne?
王宮を離れ、総院に入りたいと、そう言ってる。
A monastery. I've had... Oh, sorry. I want to go down a rabbit hole real quick. I've had this syndrome for like 2 weeks now, probably longer, that every little thing that I see and hear like compels me to want to play something, and it's not even the same game. It's just a bunch of different games. But monastery just now made me think of Assassin's Creed because you raid monasteries for their treasure and whatnot. That's like the main thing, one of the main things in Assassin's Creed besides the story. And I'm just like, dang it, I want to play Assassin's Creed now. But it's been so bad. The number one games that have come up in things just around my everyday life is V Rising because it's a vampire game. So it's a very fun vampire game. But playing World of Warcraft has triggered it because there's like a vampire faction there. Just watching people build stuff in general, like on YouTube, has brought me to that, which also has led me to want to play Ark, which is a huge building game for me anyway, because I like building in Ark. And they have this new blueprint system that you can put down a blueprint and then make it as you collect materials and stuff for it. But I've had 2 V Rising servers in the past. Both of them were on G Portal, so I've had to take them down since then. But I need to just make one on my computer, so that way it never has to be deleted. It's kind of been on my to-do list for a while. And let's see what else. There was something that made me think of Minecraft. Not that I would ever play Minecraft, but I have played in the past only to satisfy my children, but I don't even remember what it was that made me think of Minecraft. Oh, I know what it is. It was watermelons. Watermelons made me think of Minecraft because that's like the number one food source that I go for in Minecraft, because you just eat them. You just eat them straight up and they restore a lot of health. I went grocery shopping and thought of Minecraft. But Ark is something that has a couple of expansions coming out, so that's why it's been highly on my mind, because there's expansions coming. They're going to be delayed, of course, because it's Ark, but it's coming eventually. Pretty much everything that I do in WoW has made me want to play Final Fantasy because it's kind of the same thing. It's an MMO. And specifically WoW Housing that's coming out in like December, I think, has made me really want to go back and play Final Fantasy for the housing. I've been trying to collect Glamour or Transmog in Final Fantasy the last couple of weeks. While I wait for Legion Remix to come out, I'm going to be playing that. I know there's another game that I've been wanting to play too. Yeah, I just want to play all these games and I don't have time for any of them, so. Anyway, okay, I don't think I've read this, so as Lustin said that quietly, I was thinking about what I could say to him. What's the context? I've already forgotten. Oh, he says he's going to a monastery. Okay, he's stepping down from the throne.
二人とも書いてある内容はほぼ一緒。ただ、兄上の方はあんたへの謝罪の言葉もあった。
は？
すまなかったって。感謝してるって。まあ、たった2行だけどね。
It was really short. Well, yeah, he has his man pride, so, but at least he apologized. I think it's packed with emotions.
あ、俺もそう思う。
Lustin squinted as he tangled his finger in my hair. Then he pulled out a thin chain from underneath the shawl wrapped around my neck. Yes, her necklace is still there.
よかった。これつけてくれてるんだ。
He just pulled you down onto his lap. That's what it looks like. Although I can't make out exactly where her legs are going. Wait, she's supposed to be dressed as a man, but her hair is all down. Also, her outfit looks really cute. It's a good luck charm of mine.
それは嬉しいな。
He wrapped the chain around his finger.
なあ。あんたはさ、ニルバーナを卒業したら何になりたい？
Me? I don't know yet.
まだ決まってない？
Actually, there's something that Instructor Alias told me when I first joined. With the cursed sword, I don't have the freedom after graduation.
あいつ、そんなこと言ってたのか。
Oh, but it wasn't an order or anything. You know what he meant by that, don't you, Lustin?
まあね。でもさ、魔剣はもうないわけだろ？ってことは、あんたはもう自由なわけだろ？
Don't say it like that, Lustin. I like Nirvana, and I hope I can continue working for Queen Kiora.
ああ、なんだよもう。
I know, he's like, come with me. What are you talking about? Sorry, did I offend you?
俺はキオラ様に負けんのかよ。
Huh?
もしかして気づいてない？俺あんたにプロポーズしてるんだけど。
I know, he's like, what do you do after graduation? I don't know. You're free now, so... Huh?
俺と一緒に来てくれないか？
Wait, what?
俺はバイアザールの次の王になる。その横にあんたにいてほしい。
Yeah, didn't you like take a hint with Baldia gone? Like who else is going to be king? Huh?
もちろんまだまだ全然先の話だ。親父は全然元気だし、まだまだ王位を譲るつもりはないと言ってる。ただ、兄上がそう決意したのなら、親父がそれを飲むのなら、俺も覚悟を決めなきゃいけない。
Lustin.
勘違いしないでくれ。俺は決して押し付けられてなるわけじゃない。確かに、以前は全く王位なんて興味なかった。でも、ニルバーナでいろいろな王様たちと出会って、いろいろな国を見て、そういう人生もいいかなって。首飾りの次は、でっかいサファイア付きの女王の宝冠なんてどうかな。
Big queen's crown with a huge sapphire. I don't really...
あれ？宝石じゃ釣れないかな？
Don't say it like that.
嘘だよ。冗談。でも、ずっとそばにいてほしいのは本当。俺のわがまま、聞いてくれないかな。
I'm gonna go ahead and make the text go away for just a second. I like the kiss CGs like this, but it always throws me off when it's usually the man, his eyes are open and he's showing his teeth, and she's like kissing his teeth. It always has problems with me whenever I see it like that. Anyway. I didn't want a lavish jeweled crown or a dress, but if Lustin needed me in his life, then I would be willing to be with him and stay there forever. But I was surprised when he suddenly mentioned the crown. I wanted to... Let me think about it. And I softly kissed Lustin. Think about it. Obviously a yes. He's gonna go with you. He's not gonna deny you. I just realized I didn't comment on her combat outfit whenever that first CG went up. I just noticed it again in the trailer and I'm like, oh, that was nice. That was nice looking. It was blue. I like blue. I'm really a big fan of blue. Anyway, we're in the good ending it looks like now, so that's going to be the end of the episode. And it's only an hour long, so I think I'm going to stop and edit it because an hour is nothing in editing by my standards anyway. And it gets to an hour and a half, which is what I thought this was going to be. It feels like it drags out only because, like, even though it's only 30 minutes longer than editing normally, it just feels like twice as long. I don't know why. Probably because I take breaks in between. Like, I'll edit something and then I'll get distracted by something else, something on my other monitors, like YouTube or something. I'll just like watch like a little 5-minute video or something, and that's why it gets longer. But I feel like if I try to edit an hour and a half straight, it just makes me tired and I stop and I began to lose focus. So taking breaks helps me regain my focus again. But it's only an hour, even with my rabbit hole rambling, so I want to stop the episode here, and I'm going to edit it. But I'm glad that we finally got to see how that ended. It ended exactly how I was predicting, so nothing, no surprises. So far this game hasn't really surprised me in any way, shape, or form. It's been very predictable. I don't think I predicted Abel would spare his father. Like, I knew it would probably going to happen, but he wouldn't be happy about it, which is kind of how it happened anyway. I guess Abel did surprise me when he claimed the throne, like right then and there, which I don't think you could really do, but he was like, you know, as your new king of wherever he's from, I forgot now, starts with the R. Like, as your new king, I declare peace between all nations. So that surprised me, but Lustin is very predictable. And him proposing marriage at the end, very predictable. He's like, come with me, be my queen. It's just like Abel did. But Pash is next. I mean, obviously we got the Indies video to go through, and we've already seen the bad ending. One of the bad endings, because I did it on accident. But I'm still going to read it and post it in the Indies video anyway. It's just going to be less commenting because I already know what's going to happen. So, Pash is next. I can't say I'm too excited about Pash. He's not typically my love interest of choice. I don't even know. I think there's not too many tropes. I mean, there's probably more tropes that I'm familiar with. But as far as like most common used tropes, he's Kudeli, right? So I think he's too energetic for my taste. I think he's obviously Kudeli. He doesn't think of her as a love interest, but he's really nice to her, and he's kind of rude to everyone else. And he gets really bashful around her. But I don't know. Maybe he'll be like super extra sweet in their romance. I don't know. Obviously, the two people I'm looking forward to still is Tifilette and Wilhelm. I have no idea what he's supposed to be like, because obviously we can't see him until the very end, probably. But Tifilette's character has kind of shined through a little bit in Abel's Root, how he teases them and stuff like that. Decay kind of comes off as, if anyone's read, if anyone has seen My Next Life as a Villainess, Always Lead to Doom, he kind of comes off as a Nicole person, personality-wise. Just shy, maybe not shy, but quiet, reserved, always puts others first. So I can't say I'm really looking forward to Decay either, but I don't know. I say that, but Nicole ended up being probably one of my favorite characters in that game. I read that almost 2 years ago now, and it drove me insane for a little bit, because he's like, I can't take you away because you're my best friend's fiance. So he was very loyal to Giorno, and that got in the way a little bit. Anyway, so that's going to be the end of today's episode. If you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below and or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.